So today we are going to move through a juicy, sort of slow Sunday little floor flow. So if you need something a little bit lighter for your practice today, if you're a little tired, perfect class for you. All right, so we are actually going to start in supported fish, and I'm using a bolster and 2 blocks to do this. If you want to just use 2 blocks, then typically the setup is going to be 1 block right in between the shoulder blades on a low level, and then second block on the second level right underneath the head. Okay, but I'm using the bolster. It's a little softer. It's not necessary, just sort of using it as a little bridge here. And I'm gonna scoop my butt up to this bolster, drape myself over this bolster, bring my head down and arms open towards the sky. So take a moment to get set up here. If you need to pause the video, you're more than welcome to. Once you're down on your bolster and your blocks, just take a few deep rounds of breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Palms open towards the sky. Your feet can be together, knees out wide, or you can always straighten the legs here, long on the ground. But I prefer this sort of supine Baddha Konasana here. Those knees out nice and wide, the soles of the feet together. And just taking these first few moments of your practice to settle into the earth, settle into your props, becoming aware of your surroundings, maybe aware of the temperature, the noises, maybe even your thoughts. Just allowing everything to settle down heavy and open. Think heavy and open. So we have this tendency to feel, a lot of us, especially in the current paradigm that our society lives in and moves through, we have to constantly push and constantly go and work hard, like work out hard, lots of cardio if we're not sweating or if we're not sore or not like burning a ton of calories, then what are we doing for ourselves, right? And we tend to lack this like rest and digest mentality, this rest and recover mentality. And our body needs that too, it needs it sometimes more especially if we're overstimulated, then the push and the go and the sweating and all of these things. So I just invite you today, as we move here on our mat on this floor-based practice, I invite you to move slow, to move with maybe a smile on your face, and look for the comfy, juicy, feel-good feelings, right, in your body, in your practice as you move, and really make this your practice that feels good. And from here, let's take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe a few more, really feeling the chest elevate, the belly elevate, and then the chest and belly decompress. And from here, we'll slowly bring the knees back up through center. And just maybe take a moment here, hands on your hips, to allow the knees to knock in a little bit. And to come off of the blocks and the bolster here, just roll over to one side, nice and gently, and we'll move our props over to the side for now. Keep them close by, you may need them still. As you make your way onto your back, allowing the head to settle, the arms to be heavy, that low back to just gently unfurl itself back into the ground. And the feet can be hip distance, so a little wider, or a little wider than hip distance, and you can bring your hands on your hips if you like. As we knock the knees over to one side, nice and heavy, and then pick the knees back up and over to the other side. So we're windshield wiping those knees, letting them fully land before we pick them back up and over to the other side. Just noticing if the hips feel like they're moving smoothly in the hip sockets, or if there's like little speed bumps along the way. And we'll bring the knees back up through center and draw the right knee into our chest. And we'll extend this leg up towards the sky. You don't have to lock the leg out. You can keep a mini bend there. And as we breathe with this low back flat into the earth, we're going to find some articulations of the ankle. So taking these big juicy circles with this right ankle here. Noticing how these ankle articulations affect the sensations in the back of the leg. And then reverse direction. Then we're going to bend this knee, hugging it back into our chest. We're going to wrap the leg over the left, press into our left foot, pick the hips up, shift them to the right slightly, and drop the knees over to the left. So coming into our supine twist, you can tee out the right arm. You can look over this right shoulder if it feels good. Seeing if you can let both shoulders be heavy into the earth, to drop, to release. This top hip to eventually get heavy. And then we'll rebend the top knee if it happens to straighten out like mine, and pull the knees back in through center. Go ahead and hug both knees into your chest, rocking gently side to side. Maybe finding a little playfulness here. And we'll bring that right foot down and hug the back of this left thigh into our chest here. As we straighten the left leg towards the sky. And then go ahead and find some big circles here. Like you're scraping your favorite brownie batter bowl or yogurt bowl. Trying to hit all of the edges, get all of that good stuff out of that bowl. And then let's reverse direction here with our ankle circles. And then rebend this left knee, wrapping it over the right. And you can pick the hips up and shift them to the left slightly before dropping the knees over to the right. You can tee out the arms, in particular this left side. I like to use my other arm to hold, just gently hold my knee, the top knee. And when I truly allow my hips to be heavy, this top leg to be heavy, it wants to just naturally unwrap on its own. So I'm just letting it gently unwrap and become heavy. As I take some big 3-part breaths into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And then slowly begin to bring yourself back. Hugging both knees into your chest, and go ahead and find your happy baby. grabbing anywhere on the feet, the big toes, the ankles, maybe even behind the knees here as you rock gently side to side, playfully. Maybe all the way over to one side and straightening out one leg and then the other. And then go ahead and draw those knees into your chest and go ahead and crunch up, creating a tight little ball here. Taking a deep breath in and then exhale, extending arms and legs overhead and away from you. Growing super duper 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 long, inhaling here and then exhaling. Big crunch in, tiny little ball. And we'll do that one more time. We'll lengthen out, arms overhead, legs long in front of us. And then big crunch in. Even curling up the toes. And then begin to rock and roll the length of your spine here. Gaining a little bit of momentum. When you're ready, eventually we're going to roll over ankles and knees into our tabletop position here. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And just begin to shift your weight here in those wrists, feeling the weight shift from the pinky, second, middle, pointer, and then thumb fingers. You can go as far back as you like, tucking the toes under, so we're stretching out the feet here a little bit. So warming up the wrists, warming up the arches of the feet, and then reverse direction here. Noticing how the elbows feel with weight on them, how the shoulders feel with weight on them. And then we'll find our cow posture, so this extension of the spine. Really pushing the hands into the ground, the chin and chest are up, tail are up. And as we exhale, slowly tucking the tail under, low back, mid back, upper back, all the way into full flexion or cat posture. From here, inhaling into cow, the tail lifts first, then the low back extends, mid back, upper back, neck, and head. And feel free to close your eyes here as you move slowly between extension and flexion. Seeing how much awareness you can bring to your spine. Where you're holding the most of your weight. Is it the lower body or the upper body or maybe somewhere right in between? Then we'll begin sort of spiraling here the body as we move between cow and cat. So I like to think of sliding hips to ribs and then tucking, and then sliding hips to ribs on the other side, and then extending the spine. can get the shoulders and the head and the neck as involved as you like. And you can shift your weight as far forward and back as you like as well. So almost as if we're getting that wrist work involved. Making sure you go both directions. And then we'll shift our hips back to our heels for our child's pose. And so this can be wide-legged child's pose or knees together. We just want our heads to be supported. We want to be comfortable. If you need to, you can always bring a block under your hips here, maybe 2 blocks. Settling into your child's pose. Making this as active as you like, as active as you want, walking the hands over to that left side. Feeling the whole right side body stretch out here. Walking those hands back through center over to the other side, over to that right side, feeling that left side body stretch out. Breathing into that back body. Walking your hands back through midline. We're going to tuck our toes under here as we start to shift our weight forward with a rounded back. So thinking of your cat posture. Until we feel the weight of the shoulders going past the wrists, we're going to squeeze our glutes, allow the hips to drop as we squeeze the shoulder blades together to lift the head and chest up. So thinking of this almost supported upward facing dog. Inhaling here, knees are down. Exhaling, we're tucking that chin in, and we're going to round ourselves all the way, pushing back, rounding through the shoulders, rounding through the spine, into this child's pose. So almost like we're creating a wave, inhaling, rolling up and forward. Squeezing the back body, exhaling. Nice and slowly, shifting all the way back. Again, inhaling, shifting forward. Exhaling, shifting back. One more time here, we roll it through. The supported upward facing dog, and this time we're going to shift ourselves back to our downward facing dog here. Shaking the head out, yes and no, maybe shifting the hips side to side. Actively pressing into those fingertips. And we'll lift this right leg up here, bend the knee, open up from the hip. And find some big juicy hip circles here. One direction, and then the other direction. And we'll bring this foot to the outside of the right hand as we drop that left knee down. And we'll turn our torso over to this right side, maybe bringing the hand first to the thigh. And then pressing as we open and lift our chest, looking towards the sky. And as we exhale, we'll look back down. So pressing into both hands, inhaling for our twist, exhaling back down and out of it. Inhaling, we're opening, lifting, exhaling right back down. One more time. We squeeze the shoulder blades together here now. Inhaling, now we lift this right arm up towards the sky. And we can reach back behind us and all the way up and forward overhead, down to the inside of our right thigh. So keep this thigh squeezing in. This thumb is and arm is going to sweep up. We're going to rotate the arm bone open, flipping that thumb all the way back and down. So now this thumb is facing down. So we've rotated this arm bone. We're lifting up and open, rotating through the arm bone, keeping the thighs hugged in. Let's do this one more time. We sweep, we lift up and open, rotating around. And then we'll bend this left knee, squeezing heel to butt. Keep reaching towards that leg, that foot. We don't have to grab onto it, right? If we do and it feels good, go ahead and hold onto this foot and breathe while keeping a little bit of buoyancy, a squeeze here of the thighs in towards one another. And then slowly, gently, we'll let that go. We'll bring the right hand back to the ground. Right knee back to meet the left. Give yourself a round of cow and cat. And then we'll find our downward facing dog once again. We'll squeeze the left leg into the air, heel to butt, as we give ourselves those big, juicy circles here with this left thigh. Feeling that femur articulate in the hip sockets and then reverse direction. And we'll bring this left foot to the outside of the left hand as we drop the right knee down. And we're going to bring the left hand to our left thigh. Think of squeezing the hips in towards one another as we inhale and twist to the left. And as we exhale, allowing our torso to turn back towards the ground and our heads to turn back towards the ground. So we're inhaling to twist, exhaling to release. Inhaling to twist, exhaling, we release. One more time. Inhaling, we twist. We're going to keep this, squeeze the left shoulder blade back as we lift the left arm up towards the sky. Slowly, gently, bringing this arm all the way in and down to the inside of our left thigh. So as we rotate all the way around here, this shirt is going over the mic. Rotate this arm all the way around, flipping the arm, dropping that thumb back behind us. So we're going to find that again here. Okay, so we're going to reach that arm up and around all the way to the inside of the thigh. Inhaling, lifting this arm up, rotating back, flipping the bicep around, and again, sweeping the arm all the way up and forward. Last time we lift, sweep, rotate around, And then from here, we'll squeeze the heel to our booty cheek as we squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back, and see if we can reach back towards the foot. No one says we have to grab it, right? We're just reaching back, squeezing. And slowly, gently unwind, bringing the left hand back to the ground. And we'll step this left knee to meet the right. And just finding those few rounds of cow and cat here. So sinking the hips back to the heels, the toes are tucked under. We're going to sit up here on top of our thighs. And if this is uncomfortable, you can always bring a block or two, maybe even 3 under the hips as we reach the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, twist to the right, just allowing those arms to lower where they land. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to twist to the left. Inhaling, lifting, sweeping those arms up. Exhaling over to the right. Good. Inhaling, we lift. Exhaling, we lower over to the left. Let's do that one more time. Arms lift here, inhaling. Exhaling, we twist to that right side. And go ahead and bend this right arm, hand to your low back. Maybe bringing your chin down towards your chest, looking over your right shoulder, only if it feels good with the neck. We'll bring our torso back through center. Keep the right hand behind the back. And we're going to roll our right shoulder one direction here, the shoulder blade. Noticing the sensations in the front of that shoulder capsule. And then reverse directions here. And you can always untuck those toes when you need to. And then release that arm. Release both arms back up towards the sky. And on the exhale, we twist over to the left, bending this left arm behind the back, maybe towards that right hip. Slowly unwind from your twist, but keep that left hand behind your back here. And we're going to come into those shoulder circles, and I'll turn to face you so you can see from another angle those shoulder circles here on the left side. Nice and slow, one direction. And then the other direction. And we'll slowly unwind that arm from behind our back. The hands can be in our lap. We can sit however we need to comfortably as we drop the chin down towards our chest. Draw the chin over to the right shoulder. Drop the ear back over the shoulder. Chin up towards the sky. All the way to that left shoulder. Collarbone through center, and we'll reverse. So finding essentially our neck car, controlled articular rotation, or big juicy neck circles. Can you soften through the shoulder blades? Moving the head and the neck through space, its fullest range of motion, but comfortably, smoothly, without pain. without going into those pinch points. And then the next time you're back through center, go ahead and stack that head all the way up, one little vertebrae at a time. And we're going to make our way off the heels into our seat here. And from here, we're going to bend the right knee and straighten out that left leg nice and long. We're going to inhale the left arm up, and we're actually going to twist over to the right. So bringing this left hand somewhere on that right thigh. As we inhale, leaning, lengthening over this left leg. And we're going to come back up, inhale. So we have our left leg out straight. We've twisted over towards that right side. We're going to lean over, feeling the right side body stretch out, and come back up. Exhaling. So we're in a twist with the lateral flexion of the spine. One more time. And then go ahead and relax out of the twist here as you fold forward over the legs, okay? So we're out of our twist, our torso is now forward. Allowing this left leg to be locked out if that feels better, maybe a little mini bend. You can keep it active if that's what you need, or just allow the leg to become heavy as you breathe here. And then slowly, gently make your way back up here. Shoulders over hips. And we're just going to switch sides, okay? So we're in our seated position. We're going to straighten out the right leg, bend the left knee first in towards our chest, in towards this right thigh. We're going to lift the right arm up and twist over and hook it under this left leg. The right arm lifts, inhaling, and as we exhale, leaning over towards this right thigh, and then back up. Inhaling here, exhaling, leaning over to that right thigh. So we should feel stretch all along the left side of our body. One more here, inhaling, and exhaling over this right leg, and then allow the body to continue almost turning all the way back through its center position over this right thigh. And eventually coming back up to seated. We're going to bend the right knee, so both knees are going to bend. Scoot yourself forward on your mat so you have some space to roll down. We're going to make our way all the way back down to our back. But first we're giving ourselves a tight little hug. Crunch in, chin or forehead to your knees. And from here, slowly, we're going to roll down onto our back. Taking our time to get there. And slowly straightening the legs. The arms can be out by our sides. Go ahead and make some fists, curl the toes up, squeeze everything, every tissue, every bit of muscle you can on a deep breath in, and exhaling, releasing and letting everything go, become heavy. So landing in your Shavasana here. This final relaxation. So coming back to feeling the support underneath of you. The sensations in the legs and the low back. The spine and the shoulders. The back of the head. The hands, the feet. And so taking your time, take as much time and space as you need here. And when you're ready to slowly make your way out of Shavasana into the rest of your day, start with some gentle rolls of the wrists and the fingers and the toes, maybe the ankles. Before hugging the knees into your chest, one at a time. Taking one more moment to rock gently side to side before eventually making your way over to one side. And you get to rest there for a moment, maybe in the fetal position. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to seated one last time. And taking your time to get there, moving slow. Hands to heart center, maybe one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly, and almost as if you're giving yourself this big hug. Taking an inhale through the nose. Exhaling. Thank you, everybody. Aho.